Costa Rica's South Caribbean coast is a tropical landscape of beautiful beaches, plentiful wildlife, and gorgeous waterfalls. Today we set out to explore some of those falls, just a short trip outside Puerto Viejo. We were greeted at the entrance of the Bribri waterfalls by a friendly family that charged us 2,100 colones to take the walk to the falls from their property.
Well, we're at the Bribri waterfall hike, and the family here is just so friendly. It's only like $5 US for entrance.
And that $5 includes some very cool perks. I'll have more on that later.
It's really a great activity and a really nice hike too.
The trail here is pretty steep and can be slippery after frequent rains. And like everywhere in Costa Rica, the forest is alive all around you. I love watching ants at work. They're nature's gardeners whose job it is to keep the growth of the jungle's floor under control. They're incredibly strong and can carry more than 10 times their body weight across distances that would be like miles for a human. We continued down the stairs. When a few yards down the trail, we were reminded to not spend too much time in the jungle looking down.
Okay, you really have to have your head on a swivel on this hike because we were 30 seconds in and this young boy just pointed out a sloth to us, and he says that there's many in the trees around here, so this is not only a nice hike and a nice waterfall, it's a great nature hike as well. Loving this.
We also spotted this young howler monkey snacking on leaves above the falls, so keep your eyes peeled. Down past the huge kapok trees, the sound of the waterfalls grew louder.
I can hear the waterfalls, starting to get the first glimpses of them through the trees. It's a very short walk from the hut. It's going to be a nice waterfall, I can tell.
Once down the stairs, you approach the main falls on flat rock that can be slippery from the mist, so I recommend decent footwear. The first view of the main falls clues you in that this is a spectacular sight. The Macu Falls, also known as Bribri Sparkling Waterfalls, are surrounded by 50-foot tall cliffs and a large deep pool that allows adventurous people to take a dive into the refreshing waters. You could spend your entire time here and it would be a great day, but I suggest crossing the stream and heading down to the left. This wooden staircase will take you 50 yards downstream, where the full glory of these waterfalls is revealed. As you can see, even on a Saturday, this pair of lower falls were way less crowded and provided a much mellower swimming vibe. Crowds prefer a big splash. We prefer this. We spent our time swimming and lounging under the falls, cooling off in the best way nature has to offer.
I was told that this water was cold, and it isn't. It's beautiful. The best kind of shower. Nature's shower. Pura vida.
These waterfalls get their name from the ancient Bribri people, who call this region of southeastern Costa Rica and northwestern Panama their home. An agriculturally based people, these rivers were a part of the watershed that helped sustain their culture for thousands of years. We looked at guided tours here that were anywhere from $40 to $75 per person, but it turned out to be totally unnecessary because although this spot feels like a remote corner of the jungle, it was only a $10 25-minute taxi ride from Puerto Viejo. In fact, we ended up hiring that taxi driver to pick us up and take us to Cahuita National Park after this, then to pick us up and take us back to Puerto Viejo. Transportation for our whole day cost about $40 plus tip.
This is like a cool tub instead of a hot tub. Woo.
This was an incredible experience, the kind that creates memories you can carry forever. And when you're done, you're met out front with treats included with the entrance fee.
Local Costa Rican pineapple. This is such a great experience at this waterfall. This family is amazing. They're so warm and welcoming. You finish the hike and they're waiting with coffee and amazing rice pudding and some fresh pineapples. Awesome.